How to Think Like 50 Cent from Get Rich or Die Tryin. Now, Get Rich or Die Tryin is by far one of my most favourite movies of all time. And even though the film is based on the character of Marcus Greer, just like with 8 Mile with Eminem, the film is more so a real life portrayal and story of the legendary rapper 50 Cent. And in this video, what I'm going to be breaking down are the 2 main strategies that Marcus uses that not only contributes to his success in the film, but also what 50 used in real life in order to rise from the dark streets of Jamaica, Queens, to claiming his own throne in the game of power. And exactly what you can use to increase the level of power in your life and in your world of business. So sit back, relax, and get ready to learn how to think like 50 Cent.
Lying there, staring down the barrel of that 9, I knew I was about to die. I don't know why I was expecting my father to rescue me. I realized I've been looking for him all my life. This is my search.
Now, the story of Marcus and 50 Cent all starts off when he's just a young kid growing up in Southside Jamaica, Queens. And after growing up years without a father, it seemed that him and his young mother were finally closing in on the goal of making enough money to get out of the hood. But that was until his mom was brutally murdered in a cold-blooded dispute over drugs. Which brings us to the first strategy that I want to break down for you, which is the 9th strategy of the 50th law, which is to push beyond your limits. The hustler's ambition. Now, what the hustler's ambition is all about is recognizing the power of how you view your sense of self. It's realizing the fact that your perception of who you are will often more than not determine your actions and what you end up getting out of life, which is one of the main themes that are touched upon in the film. With Marcus being a parentless child from the hood, it doesn't take a genius to work out that statistically, his chances of success were very slim. And exactly like 50, it seemed inevitable that he would enter a constant cycle of crime and either end up spending the rest of his days behind bars or getting gunned down in typical hood fashion.
You know what you're gonna get out there, don't you? It's full of long, lonely nights, hard days. Is that what you want?
But what we see in Marcus as he grows up is that yes, even though he does resort to a life of hustling, he doesn't necessarily see that as his only purpose and sole goal in life. He knew that his true higher purpose in life was to rap and was only hustling to create a bridge for him to eventually make it across to the music world. He believed that even though he didn't come from the best circumstances, deep down inside, he knew he was destined for something more, destined for something greater, far greater than what people expected of him.
Hold on. I just want to give you my tape. Demo, man, it's good, man. Check it out.
That's your ride?
Yeah.
Hold on a second. That's 500.
Yeah. Check it out, man. You're gonna like it.
All right.
Where'd he get that fucking ride?
What do you think?
Given 50's situation as a kid, it would have been very easy for society and people to just write him off and never expect anything to make anything of himself. Which is also a very common situation that many of us may feel or will eventually experience. The doubts that people try to install about your self-worth, the negative criticisms regarding your abilities and your potential, which slowly but surely crush and grind our self-esteem to hit rock bottom, making us feel worthless and as if any goal that we aspire to achieve is completely out of our reach. But the thing is, if you see your reach as limited, that you are mostly helpless in the face of so many difficulties, that it's best to keep your ambitions low, then you will receive the little that you expect. But what adopting the hustler ambition does, just like how it did for Marcus and 50, is allow you to go completely against this concept and help you block out all the doubts that people will try to install in you. Knowing this dynamic, you must train yourself for the opposite. Ask for more, aim high, and believe that you are destined for something great. What you need to understand is that your self-worth comes from you and you alone, never from the opinion of others. And once you come to terms with this, you essentially become completely free to move beyond any limits others have set for you. It is you and you only that sets the limits of what you're capable of achieving, not anybody else or what society expects of you. And once you raise your opinion of yourself and what you're capable of, you will take the risks that will increase your chances of success, i.e., adopting the hustler's ambition.
I've been looking for my father all my life. I realized I was looking for myself. I felt like I was walking away from the old me, and the new me was being born.
Now, there are a few ways that can help you adopt the hustler's ambition. One tactic that you can use is to not be afraid to reinvent yourself. We see how Marcus does this when he comes out of jail by refusing to go back to hustling on the street in exchange to pursue his dream of becoming a rapper.
I want you to be my number 2, man.
I'm out the game, man.
I'm out.
No,
You out of your mind, you know that.
no rap.
Justice, tell your boy, man. He talked about he wants to be a rapper.
Rap? Yeah, I was writing music while I was in there.
See how Majestic tries to install doubt in him? What this highlights is that if you don't take control of yourself and your actions, then most likely someone else will, which is why it's so important to not be afraid to change who you once were to become someone brand new. Another tactic to use is to create a sense of destiny for yourself. Believe in the idea that you have a genuine higher calling and a much more deeper purpose in life. By creating this feeling is what will allow you to develop that sense of supreme confidence in yourself, making you fearless and persistent in the face of obstacles that would usually stop many other people in their tracks.
Now motherfuckers say you crazy, nigga call me crazy, you know I be thinking when they say that? Niggas say I'm crazy, I be thinking, yep. I was crazy enough to believe what the fuck I was saying gonna happen was gonna happen. And that's why I was persistent enough and consistent enough to exist now.
Now, as much as the hustler's ambition is a powerful strategy that 50 and Marcus used in order to push beyond their limits, you can't talk about 50 without mentioning his infamous assassination attempt of getting shot 9 times.
I thought I heard my mother call my name. Turned out it was my grandma. That's what saved my life.
Now, a normal person may see this event as being something tragic. What this event can be seen as is the biggest blessing to have ever happened to him, because it's what leads us to the 10th strategy of the 50th law, which is to confront your mortality. The hustler's metamorphosis. Now, it's an undisputed fact that the only thing that's guaranteed in life is death, but the majority of us bury and hide away from this fact. We attempt to avoid the thought of our mortality, thinking that it will bring us peace, clinging onto the illusion that we have all the time in the world. But this, in actual fact, is a fundamental flaw in our thinking. Now, from a young age, 50 already experienced this sense of mortality by losing his mother, but he confronted it more so when he got shot. And even though it did take some time for him to get back to his usual self, what this experience did for him was shake him up to face this fundamental, undeniable truth about life. You are going to die. It's not a matter of if, it's simply just a matter of when. Now, at first, this thought may seem to produce feelings of anxiety, but once you digest this concept and confront your mortality head on, what this does is actually liberate you. What it does is make you realize that your days are numbered. And by knowing this, you create this sense of urgency and mission. We can see how once Marcus recovers from the shooting, he has a completely different look in his eye. He stared death in the face and he won the battle. So what else could he possibly be afraid of? His sense of perspective completely changes and he finally realizes what is truly important. And by combining this strategy with the hustler's ambition, we see Marcus go absolutely hard as fuck to pursue his dreams of becoming a rapper. He becomes obsessed with attaining his goals and it becomes his greatest source of pleasure, filling his life with a now strong sense of purpose and direction.
I think I know why. Nigga use a window shopper. Mad as fuck when you see me ride by.
You have to go back?
Yeah. Some things I need answers to.
What the whole idea of the hustler's metamorphosis is to accept and even embrace your inevitable mortality, converting your consciousness of death into something positive and active. I mean, we can see how this affected 50 in real life. From there on out after he got shot, he simply didn't give a fuck anymore. He would do whatever he wanted to do. He wouldn't be afraid to walk away from people if he had to. And he developed this aggressive and fearless persona. Because he already faced the biggest fear that haunts us all the most. That being the fear of death itself.
Famously, you were shot 9 times in the year 2000. In terms of dealing with fear, I suppose you're not scared of anything after that.
Well, when you're in life-threatening situations, it makes you a little more conscious of death. You know, and the more that you are aware of your fate, the higher the probability you have a chance to live.
Now, I'm not saying to go get yourself shot up 9 times in order to get over your fear of death. But what you can do is consciously meditate and reflect upon your own mortality. It doesn't mean that you think about it 24/7, but you do consciously bring it to your awareness often. The more you confront it and the more you internalize it, the less it intimidates you. And the more it, ironically, drives you more towards it to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. And that's how to think like 50 Cent from Get Rich or Die Trying. By adopting the hustler's ambition, which will help you take control of your own sense of self and eliminate any barriers or shackles that you may think are tying you down. And by combining this with the hustler's metamorphosis, which will help you come to terms with your mortality and make you realize that death is inevitable, so don't be afraid of it. In fact, use it as motivation to go out into the world and achieve whatever it is that you set yourself out to be. And that's what's going to grant you more power in your life and in the world of business.
Nigga, we the same. We come up the same corners. We ain't had much. You understand what I'm saying? You just gotta hustle. Nigga, you gotta go hard, man. You see it playing games, man? Niggas got it. I'm gonna get it. Trust me. I'm gonna get mine. I don't know about y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? That niggas on bullshit. I'm gonna shoot a nigga over if he stepped on my shoe type shit. Or he fucked the same bitch I fucked with. Yeah, then you gotta up your game so the bitches is from somewhere else. Come on, man. Real shit, man.
Now, like with all character breakdowns I do on the channel, I try to focus on what powerful strategies and principles that we can learn from these characters in order to be able to think that bit more strategically, whether that's in life or business. And if you are interested in learning more about these strategic strategies and principles I cover, then make sure you click the link in the description to sign up for our newsletter. I mean, I always get asked to go much deeper into more principles and strategies, but there is only so much I can talk about in just one YouTube video. That's why for a nearly whole year now, I've been non-stop working on something that is going to absolutely blow you away. I mean, you think you learn a lot from the character breakdowns that I do now? Well, think again, because when I launch what I've been working on for you, I can tell you it is going to put you on that journey to becoming that master strategic thinker that you've always wanted to be. So if you are interested in what I've been working on, make sure you click the link in the description to sign up for our newsletter, as I will be announcing something on there much sooner than you think. And if you like this video, make sure you smash that like button and leave a comment below on what your thoughts and feelings are about 50 Cent. Comment some of your favourite lessons and quotes from him, and let me know what character breakdown would you like to see next. And if you are new to the channel, welcome to the channel, and to all our loyal subscribers, we are glad you are here. We do some of the best character breakdowns on the whole of YouTube, and we aim to produce at least one high quality video per week, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any golden knowledge. I'll see you soon.